Yo guys, welcome back to the Fryday Podcast. I'm your host, Big J.
I'm RJ, and today we have Christian from Mega Strikers. What's going on, bro? Long time no see.
I know.
How you been, man?
All good, yeah? Yeah, man, all good.
Keeping well, though, yeah?
Yeah, all good, mate, yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing now.
So obviously, when I met you, I was at the call centre.
Yeah.
And then I've always wanted to coach kids. First done it in America, when I come from America.
Yeah.
When was that?
Probably when I was at uni. So
Okay.
second year of uni.
Or so you know what, yeah? I think we skipped a bit. Let's go right back to the start. So
Okay.
what ends were you from? What did you do at school? What school did you go? What did you enjoy doing?
So from Ayers Monsell.
Yep.
Went to English Martyrs.
Okay.
But then moved to Motley's. Went to Loughborough College. That's when I first got into sport, to be fair.
Yeah.
When I was at Loughborough College.
Is that what you went to study after school? You thought
Yeah.
sport?
So I done GCSE at PE. Then I went to Loughborough College, done a diploma in sport, and then played for their team.
Sick.
Played for about 5 teams when I was at college.
Yeah.
Played a lot of football. And then from there went to Sheffield Hallam to do business management.
Oh, sick.
Sports business
Yeah.
management.
Proper.
Yeah, so that's probably where I got into it, to be fair.
Did you enjoy uni?
Yeah.
Fair
Really
partying.
Yeah, a lot of partying. Yeah, a lot of partying.
Yeah,
Chef's
trust me,
lit
this
as
guy,
well, you know, chef
this
is
guy would have
lit.
partied hard, man. Trust me, I know.
Back then, not so much now. Yeah, chef's good. Chef's really good. But yeah, it was just a good opportunity. At first, to be honest, I wanted to do sports coaching at Leeds.
Yeah.
But you know when you're at college and then you first get told to pick what you want to do?
Yeah.
For me, it's a little bit of I'm 18, I don't really know what I want to do.
I think they chuck it on you too early, innit, man?
Way too early. Even at school, to be fair, when you got to choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, I'm going to do sports coaching.
Okay.
I didn't get accepted on it. And then I think I had business management just as an option that I didn't even know that I was going to do.
Yeah.
You know, just like you just
It's
choose
just there.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as I didn't get accepted for the Leeds one, I thought, actually, I've only got that one left. And then it turned out to be
Blessing.
brilliant decision, man. I wish I studied a bit harder in the finance side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. It was really good.
You know, sometimes the experience gets you there anyway instead of studying.
Yeah, when I was at uni, to be fair, I'm not the cleverest, so
Yeah.
it was like a bit of a shock for me, to be fair.
You got to uni though.
Yeah, that's it. Straight up respect for that. I didn't go uni.
And then I think just uni as a whole is just perfect.
Yeah, it's a
Because-
good experience, just like growing up experience
it's
as well.
just
You get me?
Because from the age of 18 to 19, you're literally just thrown into the deep end.
Yeah,
You know,
straight.
so a quick one. You know when people go to university,
Yeah.
they have all the parents who bring them all down and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really on that. So what I
new
did,
thing.
so I was watching One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
Remember One Tree Hill?
Yeah.
So I was watching One Tree Hill. The summer it was, I was going uni and I was looking at that thinking, that's what uni's going to be like.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just going to be like crazy. So when I first initially went, you're in little halls and stuff.
Yeah.
I just went on my own in the daytime, just with my laptop. Right? No parents, nothing. And all my boys who come down, they brought all my stuff down.
Bit by bit.
Yeah, but so they brought it down in the cars for a night out and share. So I was like, hey, listen, we ain't been sharing from Leicester. Get yourself down. So I rocked up to uni during the daytime, and oh my God, I've never had such a big wake-up call. Obviously, it's just a room.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
there quite early as well, hardly no one there.
no one there.
And I literally was just twiddling
You
my
know what?
thumbs.
I done kind of the same thing. You know, not with the stuff and that, but I ended up there early. There was a couple of international students there, but it's dead, bro. You're in the room. It's like prison, isn't it? You're in the room.
Yeah, because the
There's
rooms
nothing
are
in there, bro.
I didn't go uni, so obviously when I used to go see bedrooms down there, I remember the room's really small, proper small.
Yeah,
You got
proper
desk
small,
one
bro.
side, and then you got bed one side,
And
you got
little
a couple
shower
of-
room.
Yeah, it was proper tight. And I'm like, how can you live like this?
And
I
you know
don't think
what?
I
Another
could.
thing I noticed,
I find it difficult.
Water in another city is different. You know when you go
Yeah,
through the
do you know
I swear,
what?
bro, I'm at Brum, the water's different there, bro.
100%. You know, when I was in Vegas, the water sticks on you. It's weird.
in America,
It's
the water
horrid.
definitely.
So yeah, because obviously I was from Monster and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you say, now with social media, everyone knows what university is. Don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Like you've just said, then just thinking about it, then when you come, you have no idea.
No idea,
what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing.
You
And then
don't.
obviously your parents are not coming. Then it's just a bit right, here we are, Sheffield. I think I went to the estate agents, if you want to call it, the uni estate agent.
Yeah.
Picked up my fob, and then I was like, obviously you can't drive or anything, so then you walk.
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
halls. I remember checking in and just being like.
Yeah, it's
My boys ain't coming for another 6 hours. What am I
Yeah, what do I do? Literally, like, what do I do?
Shit.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it teaches you so much, obviously, cooking.
I was just about to say, what do you remember me first meal that you ever had?
Mate, I lived off them. You know them fried Benetos? The pies.
Yeah.
This is a sports guy. You know,
that's the mistakes we made, isn't it, man?
Honestly. And then obviously the parties. I remember one time my mates. You don't. The best thing as well is you are literally living with just complete random people.
Yeah.
Like,
you meet so many people from different walks of life, I guess,
I don't
right?
think obviously I'm never going to see him again, so I can tell you a bit about him. One was called Tom from Birmingham. He never said a word. He's like a mute, so he didn't say a word. One was called Ducky, Chris Duckworth. He was from York, crazy curly hair, and I've never met him from York before. And he was just on a different level altogether.
Hey, let me just stop you there. You know one thing about uni you got to remember,
Yeah.
You know how you said you never met these people before? How do you know they're really like that? How do you know they've not just made up a whole new persona coming from college to uni?
Well, this is the thing.
You don't know that.
I knew someone from college, and he went uni a year earlier than me, and then I got the next year, and I'm thinking, when I met him, I'm like, bro, this is you know, what the fuck? It's not even you. Why are you acting like this? But I guess, obviously, we don't know the people. So
You don't really know, innit? Some people going to play a character.
Luckily for me, like say this is the block, just here, there was this guy who I went to school with. And he looked like, I won't obviously go too big-headed, but he looked like he ran it. Like he had a Jamaican flag. Imagine like you say, you know these little I looked at my room thinking, this is awful, but what can I do with it? And then he invited me to a party one time, went to his room, and it was like Jamaican flag, all his trainers, all his hats, and I was like, right, I need to be like him.
Oh my God.
And then from uni, like I say, my brother done Camp America, and he always told me to do it.
Get out there.
And it was funny actually because I met all of my mates at uni from Manchester.
Okay.
Sheffield's close. Obviously not many people from Leicester there, so literally I had like a clique of 10 Manchester lads. And I was the only Leicester one. So I had to quickly get to scratch with their banter. They've done me so many times. I'm telling you,
it's different up there, isn't it, man?
It is.
Mate, I'm telling you,
Banter's different everywhere. Yeah.
I swear, I brought back. You know when someone says, "Oh, made in Bite." I first experienced that from the Manchester lads because it was constant. You know, like they'll be like, "Oh, pass me that," and you'd pass it on, and they'll be like, "Oh, you ain't passed me it." I'm like, "What are you about, man? I'll just give it you." And then they'll be like this.
It's all even
They love winding man up. They love it. They love winding man. You were a proper wind-up merchant, though. I remember from Carphone. You used to love. I used to feed on winding man up, man. You used to get vexed at Christian. Just don't show him that you're vexed at something, because he'll do it more. And there's nothing you can say to
people like that in the workplace, so you know.
You do.
It would be dead without them, man.
Not all the time. Like I woke up ready for it. You know?
This guy used to want me. I try not to react bare, but I react to shit, and this guy knew I react. What am I going to do to my man, innit, really? I can't say, yo, allow it, man. Do you know what I mean?
And then obviously, like I say, moving on to like when I met you at Carphone, obviously I come back from uni, so how I got into that is come back from uni, and obviously that's the other part of university. I don't know about you, but when you come back, it's like when you go travelling, you come back and you're like, oh, what do I do now? You know what I mean? I remember moving back in with my mum, having a small bedroom, sometimes sleeping on the sofa and just thinking I need to do something. And then that's when I went into sales because obviously it's the natural thing to do. And then I just remember, to be fair, I'd done quite well at it. It'd done the bills, it did everything I needed to.
So is this after Camp America, sorry?
Oh, sorry, going to,
Okay.
Do you want to talk about Camp America?
Because I want to know how
that actually works, man. What's it like?
It's experience, isn't it, that?
100%, man. I want to know that.
Whereabouts in America was it?
Well, this is the thing, right? It's called Camp America. There's loads of different companies. There's one called Camp Leaders. And basically you apply and then you don't know where you're going to be. So you have no idea where you're going to be. And you just randomly get an email saying you're going to be here. So obviously everyone's like, fingers crossed, New York and stuff like that.
People all around the world?
Yeah. So then I remember being in Montsell on the park and I got my email and I was going to New York. I was like, wow.
That's crazy when that.
Jackpot. You know what I mean? I'm going to New York like crazy. But a little bit on that is obviously when you get there, I was, at the airport, they told me that I'll be with some other person travelling with me. So imagine I've rocked up to the airport, looking for this guy that I've never met in my whole life before. So I'm like, oh, you're right, mate. He's got all his parents there again. I've got no one. I'm still on my own again. And then literally I'm on a, whatever flight it is, 8-hour flight, 12-hour flight with this guy. And then I remember I had to stay over in like a hostel there because then my bus took me to where it was in Monticello, but not the morning after. So the pros of that is obviously I'm in Times Square.
Unbelievable.
But
you're right, bang in the middle.
From Leicester to Times Square.
That's what I what I thought. But the cons is I'm with some random guy that I've never met in my life.
Somewhere where
Imagine being in New York and then you're with someone that you've never ever met. So we went to a comedy club and it was just weird. And then literally I was
Where was he from in England?
Yeah.
I don't even know. He was from the south, like he weren't like Goose or anything like that. And then I was like, right, you ready to go? And he was like, oh, I'm not going to your camp. I was like, what? He's like, I'm going to a different camp. I'm going to a different camp. I was like, right, so this is an amazing experience.
So you already knew, but you didn't know.
Oh, what? He didn't think to tell you. Hold on a second.
So I thought, like, we've started this journey together.
And
we're going to be together for the next 3 months. We might end up being best mates. And I've never seen him again.
After the first night.
Shit, what? That's crazy.
New York, out of all places, at like 20, and you've never met that man again.
So then you've done the first night.
Yeah, so then we can obviously get the bus to Camp America.
Yeah.
And like basically Camp America's like incredible. So you go there the week before.
Yeah.
And all the so like the people who are working, they all have like a week grace to like have a bit of fun, and obviously then you like get serious. The leaders will come over, tell you what's what, and then the kids come over a week later. So when you're just with the other leaders, it's just like crazy. You know what I mean? And because I met this guy from Birmingham and he's been there like 2 years, 3 years, so he's got it. You know what I mean? He knows it all down. So I remember he's like, oh, I'm going to show you around Monticello. So by the way, if you want to Google this place.
Monticello,
yeah, I remember that.
It's the most randomest place.
I've never heard of it.
In your life. Like, it's so crazy, right? But obviously they need loads of land to have these massive campsites. You know what I mean? Like, this camp stuff's crazy. And I remember he's like, right, let's go into the woods with this other guy called Darryl from Wales.
Let's go to the woods.
I don't know why he said that, but he was like, I'll show you around a little bit. I'll show you the spots and stuff.
That's what he's over there. I guess.
So I was like, right, let's do it. And I kid you not, about 5 hours has gone by, and I'm looking at Lee and Darryl like, right, I get it, like, I've got the woods now, you know what I mean? Let's go. If the bear's coming, I know where to go. Right, let's go now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what, I don't know if it's that turning or that turning. And I'm like, are you having me on? And then Darryl's like, oh, I'm getting a bit hungry, and I'm thinking, this must be banter. You guys have got me here.
No.
Kid you not, we got lost.
What?
In the woods, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm in America with some random guy.
And you expect them man to know?
So then I'm in these woods just like, I'm going to die. Like, I'm not in the woods in Abbey Park. I'm in America.
This is your experience of Camp America so far,
My first 10 hours, right? So then I imagine.
So I'd be thinking, is there like secret cameras that you man recording?
First 10 hours, Camp America, new show.
Honestly. So then I'm like, all right, then I don't know what to do. So then we just carried on walking, and literally a sheriff car.
Oh my God.
A sheriff car. I was like, lads, like, what's going on? And we're like, we're looking for Camp Monticello. And they were like, it's just there. I'm like, what do you mean it's just there? And I was like, can you get me a lift? Because I'm a bit shaky now, you know? And he's like, no, you literally can walk, it's just there. And I was like, oh my God.
Bastard.
So that was my first
Was it dark in
experience.
that?
It started to get a bit dark. But again, like, you watch documentaries and stuff. You're in America.
You don't know what's going on.
Anything could
Might be a
happen.
sniper.
I'm just testing my gun.
So that was my first initial experience. But I could talk about Camp America for ages, but just to give you a little inkling of what it's like, basically you have like different age groups, and then you're in charge of that age group. And then 2 nights of the 7, you're allowed to go off premises, and then you can go into New York if you want, you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want. And then the other 5 nights, you have to stay on site, look after the kids till 9, and then you basically bunk up with them again and go sleep. But if you've got the older ones, it's just jokes because obviously they're all trying to like meet all the girls. It's separated as well. So you got like a whole boy side, a whole girl side, and they're not actually allowed to mix until they go to like the youth club, if you like, at night time. So that was my first experience, to be fair, probably being around children, even though I was obviously not sensible myself, and getting a feel for like, you know what, I kind of enjoy this. Without sounding too bad, like egging them on, like, look, there she is.
Just give him a little bit of confidence.
Starting him off, give him a dash of confidence.
But as a whole, it's just like, it was just amazing, like just crazy.
Sounds like a good experience. Would you advise
Oh, 1,000,000% do it. I mean, there's a lot different now. That was ages ago. All I would
just
say,
going out to a different country while you're young.
Oh, definitely. And all I'd say is it's not there for the money. So don't go there thinking
for the
you're going to earn any money. It's just like, again, I like throwing myself in the deep end.
Yeah.
So I'm literally going, you know what?
I do.
Let's just go for it. One of the things they do is a thing called colour war. Now this is the most craziest thing I've ever seen. And basically they separate you into groups with colours, and then every now and again they'll do this thing called a fake breakout. And basically when colour war, so it's like a massive competition that the whole camp will compete against, but it's huge. You can imagine what it's like.
I can imagine, bro.
When it breaks out, they get like the best performance entertainers in ever, but then when they do the fake ones, they'll wake you up at 4 a.m. So then everyone's like, "Oh my God, colour war's coming, right?" And then it won't, and they'll be like, so you keep you on the edge, and literally when colour war starts. And it breaks out. It's like the most creative fireworks. What is going on? Like this is crazy. It's just nuts. But then what's so good about it is they really strict on it. So then if you're in red for that whole week, you can't talk to no other colour.
Oh, okay,
You get points taken off you. Even when you're eating at the table. You can't talk to the other colour. And then it's you have to do a swim, a canoe, and then they have a massive, it's linked to 100 people in one team. And
That's
you all
crazy.
have to say there's us three on a different colours.
Yeah.
We're all eating chocolate bar. Whoever eats the chocolate bar first will then run, and then they'll go to the next stage.
Sound like Squid Games and that.
Yeah, it does, full on little Squid Game. But you know what? That does teach a little bit of discipline, as well. 100% with that. Psychologically, that teaches a lot of discipline.
At that age
You
as well.
can't speak to that person because of that. You know what I mean? It kind of shows discipline, which is sick.
That's something that I and my business partner are looking at trying to
emulate it here.
If we can, because we go into a lot of camps before. I run a lot of holiday camps myself.
How long was that, sorry?
3
months?
You go there for about 3 months from July to August. But then the amazing thing is, the only thing I missed out, which I was so gutted, is obviously because I had to go back to uni. When you finish, can I just say, by the way, the camp leaders there, the Americans are the nicest people in the world.
They are literally, 100%.
And they will literally let you, they always say, they're fighting at you, go, please come back. And they want you to go back to their dorms at their university. So imagine what that would be like. That'd be absolutely crazy. But I had to go back to university, so I didn't get to do that.
Rather than alpha halls and that, and the beta groups and crap like that, innit?
Well, that would have been.
They're proper. They're proper on that, innit? Yeah, they're proper on that. Like a university house and things like that. They're proper on that.
Yeah, exactly. I really wanted to do that, and then that's when I thought, you know what, maybe this is something that I want to do. Because my main job when I was there was just to teach football. And it's like a prod, like you say, Another thing as well, for anyone who doesn't know, what's crazy about American lifestyle is these kids come to this camp as soon as they finish their summer, right? And they do it every year, and they literally go there for probably from 5. And they go there every single year, so they'll always stick to that one camp. And then they want to be a waiter, so that when
they know each other as well.
They're best mates there. And then they go on to be a waiter. So all the waiters there, at 16, they've all been at the camp since they were
young.
4. And then some of the leaders that I was with, they went to the camp since they were 4. And to be a leader, so what's that 15 years plus, that's a big achievement for them. Because they've gone from looking at this, going, this is what I want to do when I'm older.
And they've all got similar values and stuff like that as well, innit?
And basically, what I was saying, which is crazy, is the parents, if you like, they get rid of them for the summer. Because they literally there for 3 months. The best day in camp is 100%. When the parents see them. So the parents see them for 1 day. And I kid you not, because they come for that 1 day, they all want to treat them with the most food and the most sweets.
You must get so much.
Americans
go over the top with it, man.
Just quick one, when you said football, you meant soccer football,
Yeah.
Make that clear, bro. Can we do it? Soccer.
Well, to be fair, when I first got onto the playground, if you like, the court, if you like, obviously American basketball is the main sport.
So big over there,
because I'm 6'4", when there's this guy called Jimmy who was 5'6" or whatever he was. He was like, I bet you can shoot some hoops, innit? And I was like, don't know about that. And they're like, of course you can. Look at the size.
They assume it straight away, innit?
And now in the playground, the kids, what I teach are like, how are you so good at basketball? And it's because I literally learned
over there.
Because the first time I'd done a shot, they were like,
They literally should teach you techers. Like if they see a man doing it wrong, they will make it out of their way to go and show that person this is how you do it. Of course. They'll tell that person. And then, so then obviously that's how I learned to play basketball a little bit. But like I say, that one day, you imagine waking up and the whole place is just covered with food. Food, just pizza, Mexican. You can't eat enough. But because you've got 12 people per bunk that you're looking after, they're like so privileged. So that you have to go and spend like half an hour with them. And imagine like you fall from the first one. And have this. And the camp food's not great anyway, without being bad. So I'm thinking, right, pizza, I'd be able to have them all over. And then they're like, oh, Christian, you need to go and speak to Austin's parent now. And they're literally like, oh, have some food.
More pizza.
Let's go from food to food to food to food.
And you can't be rude because they're like, no, I insist.
You have to.
So I was literally like, wow. And then obviously when I come back to uni, then that's when I was like, look, I think this is what I want to do. And then obviously, like I said, I had to go into a sales job. And then I remember, to be fair, there was a manager in the sales industry that kind of took me for a walk. Anyone who knows sales, it's great when you're on top. Like,
anything. 100.
When you're not on top,
it's the worst job in the world. Honestly, you feel like you feel like you've got the most.
It's almost, we used to call it the boiling pot. Because you're just waiting to just explode.
It's a frying pan, literally, man. Honestly, it's just like it's churning in and out. It's like a revolving door, man.
People think it's easy, it's a challenging job, and
especially
it's such a hard
job. Anyone that's in sales, I commend you, man. Straight, it's difficult, man. I was
gonna say, my missus is in sales now, like in store.
It's so hard.
And I literally just say to her, like, because obviously I've done it anyway. I've been doing that for ages. But I say to her now, like, I commend you, because to put on that face in store's harder. You know what I mean?
In store's more difficult now, because some of the people because I used to work in store, so some of the people that still work in store, they're like, there's no one walking in. Like people are buying online. Anyone that's working in retail, I respect you, because I don't want the retail market to die. I mean, there's like.
I think that's the way it's headed.
Yeah, anyway, it is headed that way. Do you know what I mean? I hope it don't go that way.
Yeah. So then this guy took me for a walk, and he just said, look, like, this is good management, and I kind of can use this when I'm teaching the kids. He's seen that I didn't want to be there, but in order for him to get the most out of him, he needed to get the most out of other people. So instead of trying to do that one where he's like, oh, you need to sell, he was just like, look, what's your long-term goal?
And
then use this to get to where you want to get to. And at
stepping
the time,
stone kind of shit,
at the time, I couldn't drive. So then he'd done a full breakdown of like, where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? And obviously the main one for me is I've always loved children. I don't know why. I've just always loved working with children. Like really I just find it interesting, intriguing.
You know what it is? It's development. When you see development, because I worked with children as well in the past.
It's the innocence, the development.
When you see them like grow and that, you think, bastard, this is amazing, isn't it? And then obviously like you said, when you have your own kids as well.
And the thing is as well, like even now, sometimes I have to pinch myself, because probably most coaches will feel the same. Like, obviously, you're kind of like an expert in your field a little bit, but some of the values you tell these kids are just everyday values.
I was going to ask that, like not even to do with football, it's just everyday stuff.
Like obviously, because I do coaching on the side, but then my main role is doing PE in schools. Like, and it's funny because like I can talk for hours. And it's funny because like these kids are like obviously year 4, 8, 9, and I'm still trying to teach them like, look, when I was at school, this is where I made X, Y, and Z mistakes. So you can.
I bet you're learning something from them every day as well.
Always, like they're always positive. They're always like happy, and there's a lot. But we'll go on to that a bit later in terms of obviously like why I love that so much. But in terms of and then basically he said, look, you need to get out. So then I passed my driving test, and then I just slowly started to get into the coaching world.
So what was your first experience how did you get into it? What was your first experience in the coaching world?
This is funny.
Okay.
So basically the way it works is like you've got a couple of ways to be a coach. So if you ever see a coach, they're either doing PE like lunchtime or after school. Lunchtime, like you just look after the kids and set up a couple of games. After school, the parents are paying for it, so you've got to make it fun, but it's not really massively educational. And then PE's like obviously the teachers you're meant to be teaching them.
You got curriculum.
Your curriculum and stuff like that. So I remember when I first went for my interview, I thought, listen, I can't afford to live off after school and lunchtime, so I'm going to have to tell him that I've got I've got a bit, you know, I've done this.
Yeah.
So he was like, so have you done PE before? I was like, yeah, I've got that. Come on, how hard can it be? So he's like, all right, then what I'm going to do for you is in September, we've just got a new school. It's in Nottingham. So that was ages away. He was like, so there you go. Like, you'll do that 2 times a week. So this commute was 45 minutes, so it was horrendous. Anyway, so I got there on the first day, and I literally did not know what it was going to be. To the point of, like, as soon as I've walked in the classroom, the teacher's gone, oh, right, you're here. I'm like, yeah. They're like, right, see you then.
No, I just left you there, the deep end, bro.
I'm like, hey. They're like, see you then. I'm like, where you going?
No.
And they're like, you have to get the kids changed. And what it is the way all this works in terms of outside coaches coming in, is the whole idea behind it is the government invested a lot of money to get PE at a certain standard.
Yeah.
So the way they've done that is to get like coaches to come in to teach the teachers how to do PE. Yeah. And then when they leave 4 years later, they're going to be at a certain standard that they then can pass on and pass on and pass on.
Yep, makes sense.
But the problem is, a lot of schools, they use that as an opportunity for their teachers to have PPA time. Their time to plan and prepare. What was meant to happen is the teachers were meant to shadow the coach when they do it, and then they would learn from it, and then they go from there.
I thought you'd get like, because obviously like is it just obviously boys and females, and then don't you have to have like a female coach for the girls or something, or
no,
like?
Not necessarily. They just change in different areas. But no, you don't have to.
Oh, okay, cool.
Secondary school.
Oh, is that okay? Cool, fair.
Primary school level. So that's what initially should be happening, and then I take it because obviously this school used to have coaches in before. They would have obviously had a relationship with that coach. He gets them ready for PE. And then, so I've walked in, and I'm like.
What do I do?
I've never done this before.
Like, yo, you lot get ready.
And I remember a 5-year-old like tugging on my leg, going, "Can I get changed?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Do you think, man? I see how
I don't know. So then, you've got the big green chairs. You know the famous chairs. Yeah. So I was like, right, and I'll plunk myself down here. So I remember just sitting there, just like. And then literally I was like,
oh shit!
Wow, I have really bit off more than I can chew.
Fucking hell.
I've got kids putting on t-shirts with buttons done up, choking them. I'm like, oh no! They're like, someone's like, sir, like this choking. I was like, can you not even take your top off?
They can't, man.
One thing I'll say, if you are going to get into it, get used to doing shoelaces. Oh, mate, I'm so glad they brought out Velcro.
Oh, yeah.
All it is
no, it's cool. You have to have Velcros, you know.
You have to.
Yeah. So
Serious. I'm never going to have this issue. I'm never going to know this. So I'm good.
So I've done that. I've got them changed somehow. I've winged it completely.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, right, into the hall. Here we go. So I've stepped into this hall the first time, and I've got 30 kids, and I'm like sat them all down on the bench. And I remember thinking, it's like I'm at like the Oscar or something. Like, here we go. It's all on me. Here we go. That's like the first word I'm getting. Yeah. And you can't hear. You literally can't hear anything. And they were just all staring at me. 30 eyes just looking at me.
What's this guy gonna say?
Yeah. And I was like,
what did you make him do?
Right then. Let's do some jumping jacks.
That's what I do. Because
I make him do laps.
Push-ups and shit, man.
I make him do laps or some shit.
So then I was like, right then, here we go. And I kid you not, as I'm doing it, everyone's gone, right, sir, I need to pause. I've gone, why? They went, it's a dual class. I went, what do you mean? There's like you teach the other year ones as well. So you have year one swans, year one robins. But the swans are late. So I'm thinking, I'm getting away with it. The swans are late. So then
what do you mean? I'd be bad.
Where the fuck are the swans?
Where's the water? So the swans are late. So then the other class, what a class is called. Yeah. So then they come in. So now I've got 60.
You're a brave man, you know.
And
60 people.
I was struggling.
So wait, hold on. This is your first PE class. You've never had done PE before.
No.
You got 60 kids to teach.
Who got the other 30 ready like that?
Yeah, because they were late. So they're all meant to come in together.
And
then this is the bit that I had to quickly learn. Is obviously you would never leave that many kids with one coach. Yeah. So then obviously the TAs. And obviously you need a lot of TAs for that amount of kids.
I have an anxiety attack, bro.
Mate, bro, imagine me, I have a heart attack.
So then 4 TAs come in.
Yeah.
And they literally sit there watching you, and clearly because they've had a coach previous, they're thinking, oh yeah, we just sit here and twiddle our thumbs kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're looking at me like,
what's this guy making these conditions and that?
does this guy know what he's doing?
60 years of that.
So these guys are there watching, thinking, yeah, this guy's gonna have it. No problem. He's done PE before. He's calm. These guys are there judging him like, what?
And then if it was football, obviously I could probably wing that. It was gymnastics. I didn't know how to teach gymnastics at the time. So I was just like, this is just crazy. And I remember getting in the car thinking, I've got to come back in the day.
Shit. So how many lessons did you do in total
how did you solve that problem, or did you just carry on doing it?
Obviously, you do a little bit of research, but you just... I thought I'd best do some research because I'm not going to last long. And then what's funny about that school, to be fair, is it's like you say, the development, the growth. Once I found my feet, and then when I say I found my feet, I'm not even lying. At the end of the session, while the teacher's waiting, I ended up picking up stories and reading them stories. About the teacher. I started getting comfortable. I was like, right then, what is it? Which one is it? Little Red Riding Hood. So once I've got them all ready, I'm like, right then, here we go then. Let's read your story. And then I remember reading it thinking, right, I've got them all settled. I'm going to make the teacher think I know what I'm doing.
It's not easy, I can imagine.
And then I remember one kid going, do the actions. I was like, no, I don't do the actions. I'm like, yeah, my teacher always blows. And he balls and they're like,
oh my God.
So,
I learned that quick, innit?
That's crazy, man.
But then, like I say, just quick, when I left that school, what was really nice is, this is how bad I must have been, the assistant head, because I was moving on to a different school, the assistant head was like, listen, just a quick one, like, it's been a pleasure having you, but you literally was like a rabbit in the headlights when you first started. Like, you were like crazy.
No, but you made it, innit?
But she's like, but the growth, she's like, but there is a positive, the growth is fantastic. So we're going to miss you.
I want to talk about your stint, because I saw one clip somewhere, I can't remember where now, and you know what, this was sent to me a while, but you were on TV. What were you? I was leaving it there. Like, you were on TV, and I remember seeing it. And I was dying. And I just want tell me a little bit about.
Yeah, I mean, the thing.
How did that come about?
Well, before that, I tried to go and Take Me Out.
Serious?
Yeah, remember Take Me Out?
Yeah,
I tried to get on there, and I made up that I can do some skills. You know, at the end, when they go, you have to do a little bit. So I made up I could do some skills. So I remember when I went out the night before, and I was hanging, and I was like, I can't do this. And I remember walking in, and there was like, obviously loads of lads waiting, and it was my turn, and I walked in this little room, and obviously this is just my brief stint, if you like, and I remember just lying through my teeth, making up so much rubbish.
I
can do this, I can do that.
And then they were like, right then, you've done really well so far. Now, can you get your ball out and show us what you can do? What? You know, because obviously I said
Yeah.
That's probably the only reason they want me on, because they're not had someone in like that. I was like, oh, I'm injured.
I could do them, just not today.
Just not today.
So I didn't
reschedule.
Funny enough, I didn't get that call back. So then, what was it? So I think I was at camp in the summer, and honestly, I can't even remember applying. Right? And I remember being at camp in the summer and got an email, an inbox from Dinner Date.
Oh yeah.
And it said, more like evening, Christine, or whatever it may be. Like, thanks for applying. I'd love to have a chat with you. And I was like, thanks for applying. Right, so I thought this is banter. You know what I mean?
Someone's having you on, innit?
Because I was probably trying to show off to fair. Because I was next to my mate, I was like, they want my number, I'm going to send them my number. So like, literally, they rang me straight away.
Oh shit!
And I was like, hello. And then they started talking, and because my mate was there, I was just like giving it some. I can go on Dinner Date and all stuff like that. And then they literally was like, right then, we'll be in touch. But that went really, really well. The next stage is to have a FaceTime. So when I put the phone down, I remember looking at my mate and went,
shit.
I think this is real.
I think they won't FaceTime.
Is that on Channel 4? Yeah.
ITV.
Dinner Date.
Yeah. I think my other mate's been on it as well, Reese.
Really? Yeah. No, Reese went on First Dates.
Oh yeah.
First Dates. So, but the thing is about me, and if anyone watches this, a lot of people will know me. Is I went through a period where I couldn't eat a lot of food because I had IBS.
Yeah. My brother's got that.
Really? I think, fair. The Carphone warehouse gave me that. I think the sales, the stress. So I couldn't eat. So what was really funny is when I told my parents and stuff, they were like, out of all the show you could go on, dinner date isn't your show because you don't eat much food.
Yeah.
So I remember being with my mum, picking her up from work, and I remember the lady called me back and she went, right, just to let you know, Christian, you're doing really well so far. Like you might be
get ready for the FaceTime call.
Yeah. But before we do that, we just want to know what foods you can and can't eat.
So
my mum looked at me like. Anything. So because I didn't want him to get on, I was like, she's like, so is there any food you don't like? I was like, no. Anything. She's like,
you don't want to seem fussy, innit? They're giving you the opportunity. You don't want to.
She even turned around and went, oh, that's weird. Like, you're probably the least fussiest person we're going to have on the show.
We've got to go some shit like that.
So then, I got off the phone.
Fuck yeah.
Mum whacked me on the arm and went, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? She's like,
you're going to end up on TV with a dodgy bed.
Yeah, she's like, I think you said the other thing. You can't eat anything. So I was like, right. So I remember doing the FaceTime in my flat. And to be fair, I just thought, right, you know what? Let's just see what happens. You know what I mean?
Why not?
FaceTime.
That's it.
Just a FaceTime. And the thing that done me, right, is they were like, again, have you got any special talents or anything? And I was just like, not really.
A couple of
kick-up.
I'm double jointed.
So I thought, here we go again. You know what I mean? So anyway, cut long story short, literally, they were like, right, we rang me back, we want to get you on.
Okay.
For anyone who don't know the show, you're either someone who's cooking, but the person who...
Oh, I know what you're on about.
You're the person who goes on all the dates.
Oh, do you leave a microwave meal if you don't want a thing?
That's the one.
Is that? I watched that. It's
so I was confused between the two, but now I remember.
Obviously, if you're cooking, then you've got a 1 in 3 chance. If you're the one who's doing the date,
you get to choose one.
Yeah, you choose it. You can't lose. So I remember praying, thinking, please don't let me cook. I can't cook. Please don't let me be that one. And I didn't want to sound cheeky, so I just said, can you just tell me, like, am I going to be the one cooking or not? And they were like, nah, you're going to be the one. I got on the days.
You gotta try 3 different foods from birds that may not be able to cook.
I was like, right, I need to bring the doctor. IBS, what's the best thing? The FODMAP. So I was like, right, here we go. And literally, all I can tell you about the show, obviously a little bit more in the main thing about the show, which really sparked my interest the most, is you literally have no idea, obviously, but I thought you might have some kind of idea. You have no idea until you get a text message
to go to this
at 5 o'clock saying your taxi is ready to take you to, and it can be anywhere, can't it?
Oh shit!
So
it can be. Innit?
I went to work like I normally do in the school, come back, and then the annoying thing is you can't wear names. Name brands. So I literally went on ASOS and just brought everything you can find.
Just like a basically, innit?
Actually, when they done my bit, I done it. I had to borrow my mate's house. So if anyone watches it, that's not my house. Don't get gassed. That's not my house. I thought, they're not coming to my flat. I need a nice house. So I rang my mate. I was like, bro, can I borrow your house?
I'll be on Airbnb.
One of them ones.
This
is my crib.
So I remember the rocking up going, oh, this is a lovely house. I was like, thank you. So then you have to do like a little cooking bit yourself. So that was tough. Remember having my phone there on YouTube, like I had to chop up tomatoes and stuff. Don't want to get it right.
Can you cook now?
Nah.
Can you cook, by the way?
Nah. I can do a bit.
Nah, I can't.
I can't.
Never tried.
I can do a bit. One thing I would say is I do feel sorry for my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking she's not going to have no idea what good food is. Because I'm just making the same meal all the time, chicken and veg.
I'm lucky, man. My missus is like a chef. I'm lucky.
Really?
Yeah. That's it.
So, so then it was like, right, here we go. And obviously, I've never been on TV before, anything like that. So then what's really good is obviously the people who do the show, they're constantly helping you, like you know what I mean? Go through it all. So then, right, your taxi's coming. So the first one was in Loughborough.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, nice, that's brilliant. Yeah, you're only down the road. But you have no idea, obviously, who this person is.
Yeah.
And literally, all I'm going to say is, it takes forever. Because it's a low budget show, they've only got one camera.
Shit.
I must have walked out the taxi 7 times.
Serious?
We need to get one of the shoes, we need to get one of the... And literally by the time I got there, I was like, I'm not even stressed about the date.
Yeah.
Just get me in the house. Like, I'm sick of walking up and down the street in Loughborough. I bet the neighbours are thinking, what's this guy doing? What's he walking? And obviously it hasn't got dinner date on the side, so everyone's probably thinking, why do they keep getting him in and out of the taxi? Like this black car. Right. So then I remember knocking on the door. Right. I remember knocking, so you knock on the door. So I remember knocking on the door. And obviously that's the moment, right? Where you're gonna see. I remember knocking on the door and thinking, right, this is it. And then as I knock on the door, there's someone in her house, obviously. They're saying, right, open the door. But they told her that they need to close it straight away because then they need to get her reaction. You know, because obviously they've only got one camera. So they need to close it straight away and then go the other way. Right? So I'm knocked on this door. Hi, I'm Christian. 10 seconds later, boom.
TV for you.
You don't like me then?
Next time I watch that show, I'm going to think this in the back of my head, bro.
Honestly, I'm not going to go any more, but basically all I can tell you is just repetition. You're just constantly putting knife and forks down, constantly drinking. Mate, you literally spend about 15 minutes on the date.
And that's it.
The rest of it, you're just in the living room, just looking at a photo and thinking, lovely, this is...
What's your piff?
I'll let you watch it. It's on there. It's still on there.
Is it still on there?
Yeah,
Can't watch it. We're gonna put the link up. Let's put the link up.
You know what? He's gonna need another episode because we got better questions.
Literally,
Sorry.
Go. But I don't even know where I am anymore.
Sorry.
No, it's alright, bro. We're gonna have to do another part 2 on this. Shit.
All right. Okay, talk about your business, go on then.
Yeah, go on. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Teach how often you do it?
Where we're a bit different is we like to, believe it or not, we go from 18 months.
You know what? I've seen that. Obviously, I went to the website.
How can an 18 months like kick a football?
Yeah. Not gonna lie, again, the first time I done that, I was like, ooh, not sure what little team can do. Like, falling over the ball.
What's the process there?
What
do you teach you?
What's really good about that is it's with the parents.
Yeah.
So what's really, where we're very different to other coaching companies is we want the first introduction of
right to the
like here we are, 18 months, and not necessarily here's a ball, like go and play football the rest of your life, but just like go and be active, go and run around. You've got a space to go and do that, and then obviously it's nice to give that platform for the parents to engage with their child when they're doing it. So obviously when I take like my daughter gymnastics and stuff, you kind of drop them off, and then you just look through a glass window, which is fine. Obviously I get, you know what I mean. But what we like to do is we have the parents with the children.
Getting involved in that, innit?
Like everything we do is obviously the parents are basically showing them how to do
it. Encourages that support as well. Do you know what I mean?
And it builds their relationship.
It's like a real good time for them to, like you say, when the parents see the child doing really well, it's like a lovely moment for them. It's a lovely moment for the child.
And they can see the progression as well.
And to be honest, believe it or not, actually, the first group's 18 months to 3-year-olds. You do see some, like, the ones that stick with you from 18 months. It's like they just barely can walk. When they finish at 3, and then we get another one to 3 to 6. So when we see the full journey, we're like, I can remember when you're just wobbling around. Now you're doing step overs. Like, it's an amazing thing to see.
Do you see like a lot of groups stay then from 18 to 3 years and then from 3 to 6? Do you get to a lot of groups stay?
Because, one thing about coaching is it's very personable, you know what I mean? So
I guess it is.
I think, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is another reason why I probably got in sport. My favourite teacher was the PE teacher. He was always the coolest person, weren't he? And like,
they always got the creps on and
always rocking them shorts, man, as well.
That's what you know.
Literally, always rocking shorts in the fucking weather. No, they always do.
And one thing the parents always come up and say to me is like, how do you get them to do that? They'll never do that at home.
Yeah,
and I think it's just like, it's a different voice, but at the same time, it's
different environment.
It's different environment. We're always being positive. We're always just giving them the platform to just go and be themselves, really.
Yeah, that's good, man. What gave you, so obviously you talked about Camp America and how that kind of sparked your passion to help the younger generation. So now you're doing it. What keeps you the motivation to keep going and keep doing it every day?
Literally, it's just, well, you know what? It's funny because you do think to yourself, like, how long are you going to stay in this game for? I mean, I've been doing it for about 7 years now. Yeah. And you're thinking, like, how do you do it? But honestly, I never wake up ever and go,
can't be asked.
I've got to go work. Yeah. Because it's just something different all the time. Like I say, it's more, I almost feel like I'm their mentor. When you're doing the PE and you see like a kid who's like low on confidence and stuff like that, obviously that's brilliant. But I think when I first started my coaching journey, it was easy to like go towards the popular or the confident kids. And like you kind of go towards them because
they're easier to work with.
Yeah, because they can do it. Whereas now, like, I love going to the kids who can barely involve, you know, the kids who don't really like PE. Literally just giving them that tiny little platform. Even if they're just landing a jump off a bench.
Sometimes you enjoy a challenge, innit? You know, there are other kids that just do it. It's nice.
It's nice to get that in.
And also as well, when a lot of people will know this, since COVID, it has had a massive effect on
mental health.
These children, mental health, just the way they like work in terms of thinking.
I guess we don't really see it like that, and obviously we don't really see how they see COVID. We don't really think what their mental health is, because obviously we're worrying about the bills and shit. They're worried about normal life. You know what I mean? But we don't worry about what they're thinking about.
So and then obviously just having that relationship, that bond, like the school that I'm at, when I walk in at lunchtime, it goes nuts.
So is your job different location every day?
Go to 2 different schools, but then my coaching, we do it all over Leicester. So I do like 5 a night, like 5 a week, and then 1 other Saturday. Just a quick one on that 18 months one. We run at Wigston at the moment, basically near enough sold out. When you said, how do we do 18 months? On a Saturday, we get 28 kids in one session.
With the parents as well, isn't it?
So that's
man.
You're not making them do jumping jacks though, yeah?
I do.
So obviously the 18 months to 3-year-old there. So you know the next age group over there with the parents as well, or then
so the parents are there. And we encourage them to every 10-15 minutes to go back. When they say to get a drink, we encourage them to have a little chat to say, look, what
you see what
but so it goes 18 months to 3-year-olds, 3 to 6, and then 6 to 9. And then we kind of stop it there, kind of. We have got some sessions from 9 to 12. But like I say, I think where we kind of be a bit different, which is really good, is we're not really there to teach you the best skills.
You're just there from the start.
We're there to provide them a foundation that they can work on.
And I think that's the key word, foundation.
Like strong roots, you know what I mean?
And to be fair, this probably happened naturally. We got the kids that didn't really probably progress as much as what other kids did in the playground. And there's a lot of children out there who want to go to football, but they're not naturally gifted at it. So then where do them kids go?
Exactly.
And if you don't then teach them or give them a platform or an environment just to be themselves and grow, then you could potentially lose a lot of children from being active.
100%.
And I was just about to say, we touched on it earlier, apart from football skills itself, they learn teamwork skills, discipline. It's all different. It's aspects of life, and not just football skills.
Definitely, we always try to hound down on the main attributes, if you like. So communication, leadership, teamwork, the strategies, the formations. We even try to get them into that. And then the big one, which you touched on earlier, was mental health.
Big.
The first thing I do is whenever I go into my class, I had one earlier actually, I've just come from one, is the first thing I do is I say, right, we've got a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or
how you feeling today?
How you feeling today? And obviously, if they're not thumbs up, then you know that you're right, okay, you might need to keep an eye on that one a little bit. So definitely.
You know, when you ask that question, how many kids are honest, would you say? Would you say all of them are quite honest? Because it's quite difficult to determine that. I mean, do you feel like
once you have a relationship with them,
I think once you have a knack,
they'll be a bit more honest with you. You're like another person that they can speak to apart from the parents and teachers.
You're basically their psychiatrist as well, you know what I mean? Anything they want, innit? I come to you I got problems.
They do come to you.
100%,
that's the great part of it.
How do you monitor progress? Do you have
I wouldn't really say so because obviously ours is a bit different.
That's what
the older group. We do that obviously just every day. You know what the main thing is? I would say as well is repetition. It's incredible how much repetition. I know it sounds daft, but like if you literally a lot of kids who like probably struggle a little bit. It's incredible how much you can develop from just keep touching that ball, keep whatever it is, tennis, whatever it is, just keep doing the same movement, and you'll see how quick you can really just progress.
That's it, man.
That's really good. No, 100%, man.
For different age groups, is there different approaches as well? Obviously, there's not that many different age groups.
No, definitely. Yeah, that is one thing that I'd say that, especially when you're doing PE as well, that is one thing that you kind of pick up along the way. Like when I first started, I was like 19 towards 22. You don't have that natural relationship where you can kind of understand, like, for that child, you've got to be different. That child, you've got to be different. You kind of just group them all up together.
And
I think that's one of the main, to be honest, I think this is why the government originally probably done what they did, because it's so hard for a teacher who've got loads of other things going on to then do a PE lesson and then try and get this PE lesson right. And I think like you may see a kid who like be struggling, and then you're thinking, why are they struggling? Or why are they misbehaving? And then you start to think, well, there must be a reason for that. It's not just
behind the scenes,
so that's when obviously you got to use your expertise and just maybe look at it a bit different. But with the younger ones, we just honestly fundamentals, just get them moving, just get them running about. Look, there's so many different creative ways, even at home, to get your child moving. And most of it's through just like making it fun, but making like a little game. So for me, one of my main coaching strategies is always a countdown. So no matter what I do, I'm always giving them 10 seconds to do it.
You know that game stuff, it's not just kids, even like grown-ups. Remember when we went to that thing last week? We were playing that game. We went to Leicester Cares. Big up Leicester Cares.
Big up Leicester Cares, man,
It's like I think it's a charity that helps like kids like getting to work and stuff. And we played a little game, innit?
Yeah, we did.
What, with them, or did they do it for you?
No, they done it for us. What was it?
Game? We didn't play no game.
Yeah, remember at the end of that, they said, think of 3 celebrities. And we had Chunks, Ronaldo, and Rishi Sunak.
No, we did play a game.
This guy was buzzing.
No, hold on. What was the game? So,
but it was activity, basically.
So you got Rishi Sunak, you got there's someone else and someone else here. And then you got to basically say name 3 skills, what they've got that would help you get into work. So, for example, what's Rishi Sunak got? Like leadership, organisation, and something else. And what's this person got? Personality, this. Then what's this person got? And then you look at those 3 skills as a person. I think it was Cardi B as well. Like Rishi Sunak and Cardi B, the same sentence.
Well, then, like you say,
it's like true
to understand what have they got.
Yeah, what kind of different traits.
So, like in football as well, you can't just have one. You have to have communication. You have to have teamwork skills. All of that together.
Even with coaching, like sales is the ability to influence. That's all it is, and that's what coaching is, man. Coaching's ability to influence. Once you influence someone, they've sold to you.
Kids, innit?
Yeah, but it's like you're influencing those kids. You're selling to those kids, in effect, really.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
But you're selling them the right stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Not phones.
Yeah, man. I won't be selling phones no more.
This is a bit of a funny question, but how do you measure success? Do you just see, like, for example, how long have you been doing it? 7 years. Have you ever had a kid from start till now?
Yeah, like I've had 1, 2, 3 of them. But one that really got me, literally probably about even like last term, is there's one kid who was like leaps and bounds above everyone. And the parents were like, oh, like he's fascinating, like he's incredible.
Oh wow!
You know what the amazing thing is? Probably a year ago, he was probably the worst one.
Oh shit!
But because we moved to a different group, like they didn't know who he was, so there was a whole new bunch of children, all the same age. He was. The parents were like, "Mate, like he's unreal."
He just came out of a shell.
And then I thought, you know what? This is my opportunity to tell these parents, like not to put him down in any way, but to tell these parents he was where your kid was a year ago.
And look at him now.
You now think he's gone on now to play for a really good team in Leicester. And honestly, like we had another guy actually called Finn recently who's just left us to go on to another team, and we don't get like emotional like, oh no, like they've gone to left. That's what we want.
It's a step up.
It's a
massive step up.
That's the main thing. And honestly, like, there's obviously when you go in to play that game you're on the field on your own and stuff like that, you'd like to think everything that we've taught them from the foundations of spatial awareness, all that, will just naturally, hopefully, just go, I remember when Christian taught us this.
It'll click. Do you know what I mean? It'll just click.
Like you said, repetitive.
That's it, over and over and over.
Okay, one of the probably last questions. 5 years time, where do you see someone?
I was just gonna ask that, you know, literally just what's the end? I was gonna ask, what's your end game? What's your end game?
For me is two things. I don't want to give it too much away because people might be listening. Nick my idea. I've got some big ideas.
No, manifest it.
But basically, copy and paste what we're doing now. So, like you say, we're in probably 5, 6 locations in Leicester now. Go elsewhere. We want to hit the abroad market. So
definitely.
Hotels.
We'll go back to America,
Dubai, even Dubai, you know.
Excuse me,
Dubai's looking good, you know.
But you know, like when you go to, obviously, there's a lot of that at the moment anyway. But again, it's just what can you do better? So, for example, just a quick one. You know, when you go to centre parks and stuff like that, my boss goes, like, when he takes his child there, they have a football session, and it's like £6 a session. And they literally just say, "There's a football, go play." And you're thinking.
Not easy.
It's a lot of money, and you're not doing anything. So our aim is to go to different holiday parks like that, but also abroad to different hotels.
Sick.
And then we want a big place where kids can come and with the parents and basically do what we do, but without us being there as well. You know what I mean? So like, you know, for example, like 360. Where it's just like all kids on a big slide and stuff like that. Can we do that, but have it related to sports? So they do a bit like, you know, with the Sixes cricket, like the adult version. Something like that.
Yeah, something like
sports,
that.
But for a family.
That'd be sick.
That would be a good shout, man.
You know what I mean? Well, so that's what we want.
Ideas fully taken.
Man.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you, bro.
Sponsor time.
Yeah, go on. You start.
I'll start.
You
so
go
big
for
up
it.
Flexi Vehicle Hire, skirt, any vehicle, anytime. Make sure you give them a shout. RS, Glass and Glazing Limited. They got a new machine. Yo, watch this week. I'm going to put it up. They got a sick machine. A killer
glass
thing.
cutter?
Yeah, so basically you put it on the computer, what shape you want, and the thing's like a robot. It just cuts it itself. It is sick. Hopefully we're going to get a custom piece.
Oh, sick.
Big up Pero 2 this week. We have 2 off-white dunks. We got them there.
Hard.
Hey, Raz, grab one.
Come on, man, you're going to make me... I'm going to post them.
And big up In Brief Designs.
Yeah, massive.
Take a breathe in. 1, 2, 3.
Right, so big up Mama's Kitchen for all the bombest food in Leicester every time. Big up Man-Made Barbers. As you can see, the fade's always looking crispy. And big up Zap Me Up for all your digital business card needs.
Big up Zap Me Up.
Literally, big up Zap Me Up, man. Big thing.
Also, big up Leicester Podcast Studio each and every time. It's a wrap.